So the Not Guilty collection is a collection that I made up to symbolize that we are not guilty based on the color of our skin, or we are not guilty just because somebody accused us of something. Being a limited practice attorney, I have to work at the public defender, and a lot of my clients, these are criminal defense clients, were often accused of being guilty and often looked at as guilty before they even got to see a judge. So that's one side of it. The other side is the criminalization of kids and the automatic assumption, like I said, that you are guilty. And that's why on the t-shirts and on the mugs and on the phone cases we have Emmett Till, who was 14, who was accused of whistling at a white woman and was beaten brutally. Everybody has seen that or heard of that, and if you haven't, you need to look it up. And Tamir Rice was only 12 years old when he was playing with a BB gun, and the police did a drive-by on him and shot him within 0.2 seconds. They just assumed that he was guilty just because, I think, the color of his skin. And so that's why I made the collection, and the collection will later feature other people, but for now we're just focusing on these kids because I'm a real advocate for the bringing awareness about the criminalization of kids. Oh, historic. I think that these people are like some of the first people you think about when you think of Black history, and you think about somebody being historic, which is like just you being in existence is making history. And so I think that Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, Harriet Tubman, you know, she freed hundreds of slaves. She not only freed herself, but she went back and she saved everybody else, and she didn't have to do that. That was just a selfless act. And I think that everybody listed, everybody shown on my historic collection has done selfish acts and have made history because of that. And I think that when people wear the historic collection, the hat or the shirt, then they should be reminded to be historic in their everyday lives. Every single day, do something that's gonna make history. It's really important for women to be SheEOs because a CEO, if you hear that word, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Probably a man. Right now, men are dominating being the CEOs of all their companies, and so now women need to come up in the world and basically say, you know, we want to be bosses too. We want to run our companies as well. And Black women in particular, we are the fastest growing entrepreneurs in the country. As you know, we are the most educated group in the country. We should stop taking our talents to South Beach and stay in Ohio and run our own businesses and become SheEOs. I wanted to emphasize that this collection is only for women because I think men get a lot of, you know, ooh, be your own boss, be the boss man, be the, you know, big man, all of that. So women need to start standing on their own, and if we have the education, we have the knowledge, we have the talents, we have the abilities, so we need to just start kind of going out on the limb and stepping out on faith and starting something, which is what I did with my businesses.
My name inside the concrete, I pray it forever.
For a similar reason, first of all, women make up 55% of law schools, but only make up about 25% of the profession. So women drop out of the profession of law within the first 5 years. I have my own theories about that. I think that when women get into male-dominated fields like law, engineering, or surgery, and they kind of feel drawn out, they feel drained, they feel like they have to be something that they're not. And I think a big reason for that is that people need to step out on their own and start women-owned businesses. So if we look at the profession, 25% are women, 4% are Black women. So when you're in a minority like that, you feel like you're just alone and you have nowhere to go. So I think because I have the knowledge and the talents and abilities to become an entrepreneur successfully, and I have the legal knowledge, that I need to start my own firm so that I can give opportunities to interns in high school, interns in college, interns in law school, and new graduates once my firm starts growing. So that's the reason why I started my law firm, because I think that really it's really a money thing. It's not a knowledge thing. So I know how to make money. I know how to generate income, so that's not going to be a problem for me. I started my nonprofit organization called Project Scruggs Heart to help combat the injustices in the criminal justice system. So people may not know that mass incarceration is driven a lot by, small crimes, not murders and rapes and stuff like that. It's mostly misdemeanors and mostly people who don't have enough bail money to get out, so they're forced to take a plea deal. So me being a limited practice attorney and being sworn in to practice in the criminal defense era, I see that every day. People say, oh, I didn't do it, but I don't want to spend time in jail. I don't have any money for bail. I can't fight my case, so I'm just going to take the plea deal. So the Project Scruggs Heart is a charitable bail organization that mimics some other charitable bail organizations within the country. It's only about 7 of them currently in the whole country. And basically, rather than a bail bondsman that you have to go and pay, you can come to my charitable bail organization and basically get bail for free, as long as you agree that you're going to show up to court, and it's some other things that you have to do as well. This organization is being funded as we speak, so right now it's not open yet, but basically I'm working on that, so that's why I started that business. I've been planning to go into business for myself my whole life, but as far as these specific businesses, for the past 2 years. So after my first year in law school, I knew that I needed to start studying, researching, learning about how to start a law firm and also how to start a nonprofit that would help as well. I wanted to give people kind of insight into new things that they may not know about, such as I have an article on there that's calling kids superhumans. Super predators. This article was written about 20 years ago, and it was saying you need to watch out for these kids, and they were naming kids 4, 5, and 6, African American kids, saying that they're super predators. And I just wanted to kind of bring that to the light to show people that don't believe all this propaganda that's in the news, that's on the TV, because they're going to confuse you and make you think that your child is somewhat different from their child, when all children make mistakes. But black children are looked upon as super predators or superhuman, like they'll say that they're a demon or something like that when they just make a simple kid mistake. And they also want the mistakes that our children make at a very young age to be the determinant of their entire life for the next 90 years. They want them to be basically forced to take responsibility for this one thing that happened when they were kids. So you'll see things like that. I'm also going to show you a lot of research that I do, because I do extra research. I call myself a freedom expert because I've been studying criminal justice my whole life, but I have a criminal justice degree from Jackson State, and also I've just been focused on criminal justice in law school. So basically, 7 years of formal education on the topic. So I have extensive knowledge on issues within the criminal justice system, such as judges, prosecutors, public defenders, cops, correctional officers, parole officers, stuff like that. Please go to www.natashascruggs.com and check out my website, check out my clothing, Truth Tees, check out my blog, comment, like, subscribe to my email list. And also you can go and find me on Twitter and Instagram at _lawher, which is LAWYHER. Another emphasis on women. Ooh, I would love to shout out to juicyexpressions.com. They always have the juiciest scoop. They always have the knowledge, the new stuff, the popping stuff. So check them out for all your fashion needs, music needs, news on new videos or new up-and-coming artists. Just check them out. It's a dope site. The dope blog alive.